Is it a sign that this is a really bad place to work that now have made 3 separate videos on the subject of working for Tuesday morning? I think it's a good sign. Anyways, how we doing? Hi. So, I worked at this place for like 3 years. I have so many freaking stories about this job that I have enough material for a third video, so here we are. Part 3. Again, is it sad or is it funny that I'm able to say so much about this job? I don't know, let's just tell some stories. So, let's start with just the job itself. So, I think my first ever really irritating experience with a customer came about like a week or two, maybe a month into my time working there. So, the store sold, fancy dinner napkins that had like wine and cheese and other fucking designs on it. It's pretty much like, what's the word I'm looking for? Karen Central. It's just shit that Karens and rich white ladies and other people like that enjoy. So we sold those, and a lady came into the store. She bought one single pack of napkins. I mean, nothing wrong with that. Do it, whatever. But the thing is, she paid for a single pack of napkins, and I'm pretty sure it was only like $3 with a check. Why in the fuck are you paying for a $3 item with a check? Jesus, man. Okay, and I had never done like a check transaction before working there yet. So I was just kind of like, oh, shit. And I mean, I did a few when I worked at Toys R Us, but that was like a good year or so before this, maybe a little less than. So I still was like kind of like, oh, how do I do this? I don't know. I was struggling. I told the lady, I said, oh, hey, sorry, I haven't been here all that long. I'm still not sure how to do this. I might need to call somebody. She just has this smug, bullshit fucking smile and just goes, that's not my problem. It's like, yes, it kind of fucking is. If I can't cash you out. I'm just still so baffled that she paid for a $3 item with a fucking check. No, and then this bitch had the fucking gall to say that she was in a rush, when we were waiting for the assistant manager or whoever else was on with me to come and actually help me do this. It's like, you must not be in that much of a rush if you use the slowest method of payment. You gave me some cash, or you just swiped your fucking card, you would have been in and out. But no, you had to pay with a check for a $3 fucking item. A pack of napkins for some bullshit social thing she probably had going on, or some stupid fucking party, I don't know. It's just... I just needed a new job. That's why I took this place. That's why I started working at Tuesday morning. I was just so sick of working in fast food. And that was beneficial for me. But dear fucking God, I never really worked with customers all that much at McDonald's. I was mostly like in the kitchen and shit like that. So I was still kind of new, barring the 1 month that I worked at Toys R Us, for dealing with like bullshit customers. So that was really fun. And okay, I understand if that's the only method of payment that she had on her person. Okay, that makes sense. But still, it's just the fact of the matter is that it's really annoying to have somebody bitching about being in a fucking rush. Oh, come on, I'm in a rush. And you're paying with the slowest method of payment for such a low dollar amount. I don't know, it's fucking dumb. Anyways, excuse me. We all know that, like, if you've worked in retail, working during the Christmas season fucking sucks. You end up having to stay at work later. There's, like, way more people coming in, so it's just unpleasant all around. It just adds more stress that already comes to a lot of people during Christmas and Thanksgiving and every fucking thing like that. But we all understand customers, like I think I mentioned before, or like I at least alluded to, customers are part of the reason why. So I remember it was one Christmas season, we got these big fucking nutcrackers. They were probably like 3 feet tall, something like that. And we had 2 of them. A lady bought both of them, and they were the exact same one, right? Exact same fucking model, paint job, everything like that. So she opens one, just to get a look at it, just to make sure it's okay. It was either just to make sure it's okay or just like, ooh, I just want to appreciate it more, some shit like that, And like, okay, not a big deal. But as I was cashing her out, she just had to open the other one. It's like, why? Why? I understand if it's just to check for like damages and shit, but still, generally speaking, why? In relation to the fucking holiday thing, okay, so it was like late October, early November that my boss was gone for a weekend. It was either he had to go to another store and do some shit, or he was just taking a vacation day. I don't know, I can't remember. But the point being is that okay, I took on a little bit of extra hours. I did a open to closing shift on a Saturday. I normally only close, so I just came in and opened. Halloween merchandise was a certain percentage off. I can't fucking remember what, but it was like, you know, Halloween was marked off, and there was other merchandise, like certain categories that were also marked down. A lady brought a Halloween doormat. It was like a bat shape or some shit. And fucking, it was supposed to be 50% off, but when we scanned it, it only came as 20% off. Easy fix, but this lady just kept making it so fucking complicated. She like just wouldn't shut the fuck up and was oh no, you gotta give me this, you gotta give me that, I need this, you get this. It's like, just let me do my fucking job, okay? I rang her up, I added the extra 30% so that I would make it 50%. But apparently that wasn't enough for her. Either she was saying like, oh, but then it's still not actually 50% off. It's like, it's already 20% off. I took another 30%. That is 50. Fucking take it or leave it. Just, I had to like return it and then resell it like 2 or 3 times to try to fix the register because she kept fucking me up. She just kept complaining and pushing me about it. So it's like, after like 5 or 10 minutes of dealing with her, she just says fuck it and leaves and doesn't even take a couple of the other like Halloween things she bought. So it's like, okay, so you just fucked up our inventory. You fucked up the register because you didn't like how the math was going. You were saving money on it regardless. And that's just another thing too. The fact that like doormats, the regular category ones, were 20% off. And even though this was marked as a Halloween thing, it had the little HW on the sticker, and when you searched it, it came up as a Halloween item. It was still only coming up as 20 for the doormats. Fix your fucking pricing. I don't know if this is still an issue there, because I haven't set foot in one of these things since the fucking store closed, but it's like, fix that. You're making shit so much fucking shittier and more complicated for the poor-ass minimum wage fucking worker that they've got stuck behind the register dealing with this shit. I think one of the only things I can say I, like, actually enjoyed about just, like, the everyday tasks and other work that you had to do at the job was marking things down as clearance. I don't know, for some reason I enjoyed it. Pretty much you would just go down, you know, okay, so it was broken up into percentages. So let's say percentages in color. So say marking things with an orange sticker. That means, oh, everything with an orange sticker is 20% off, or everything with a yellow is 40, you know, and so on and so on. It just keeps, like, shifting as they introduce new items into clearance. And for so long, it was just, you know, you go up and down the aisles, or at least in the certain categories that were marked down. You find certain things that were, like, put on the floor at a certain date. So, okay, everything from, what is it, like, July of 2019, whatever, July of that year, in that category would be marked down as like 20%. Fine. And there were always things that were fucking, you know, people would miss it. They'd go through, maybe something would have fallen, or it was just like buried behind something. So I would just like on slow nights just dig through the fucking aisles and find clearance shit that people missed. It filled in our clearance section, gave me something to do. Fuck it. Why not, right? But the customers, of course, helped take away the slightest enjoyment that doing clearance did. Fucking, okay. So we had charts on the wall. I'll put up a picture or whatever of it while I'm doing this. We had pictures on the wall that show, okay, yellow equals 20%, orange is 40, pink is 60, and so on. You know, red is 80 because it's like a Christmas item or it's whatever. Or blue is 80 because it's a fucking, you know, it's like the last little bit of that batch of clearance that's left on the floor. Fucking, I don't know how, but some people, I mean, I'm sure some people are just colorblind, so I get it. But there are also plenty of people that were just like so fucking obtuse when they look at this. Like they somehow would misread the colors. They would say that like pink is orange and like orange is somehow red or something, which again, if they're colorblind, I understand it, but there were so many people that just for some reason couldn't grasp this simple concept that it is a color-coded clearance system. It was it was basically just people trying to get things for cheaper. But the thing is, so many things on clearance actually were pretty damn cheap. So it's like, you're already getting, especially if it's like, oh, the orange is 40% off, but it looks like the red, which is 80 for whatever fucking reason, so I want the 80. It's like, you're already getting 40% off. I'm not gonna give you an extra fucking discount unless it's like damaged or something. Just because you can't fucking read, it's not my problem. And another thing, we even had like charts that showed, okay, so if this is 20% off and it was originally $9.99, now it'll be $7.99, you know? Very easy to read things. Not exactly the most accurate all the time, but generally speaking, it made sense. And you still had people asking, how much is this? It's like, if you take the 2 seconds to actually look up, you will see there's like 4 or 5 charts posted around the clearance section to help you figure out how much something is going to be before taxes. Just look at those. I mean, if they ask me, like, when they have it in their cart and they bring it to the front, that's one thing. I just scan it and tell them. But if you are right there and, like, you can't just look at the chart, I don't know, dude. I don't know. It's just, it was really fucking irritating. How that store did shit, how shitty some of these customers could be, just how obtuse they could be. I don't know, man. I'm just glad I don't work there. But hey, look, it gave me all this material for fucking 3 whole videos. Oh my god, dude. Some of these fucking people. Again, I'm bitching about customers, but so many fucking people. I remember it was truck day during the summer, I believe it was. Summer or like late spring. So in this lady, her older son, and a couple of younger kids come in. Maybe it was like her son and his little sister or like a niece or something. I don't fucking know. Point being, they came in, you know, and they were just shopping around. I mean, they were kind of, the older brother was watching the kid, but not that great, you know. And as I mentioned in other videos that I've made about this shit, the ceiling was disgusting, and like it was always leaking, so we always had like fucking bladders carrying like disgusting water down into buckets and shit. And you know, we needed that, otherwise it'd be all over the fucking floor. And we had to place a bucket on top of like a piece of furniture because the hose wasn't long enough to fucking reach the floor, so we kind of had to just so there wasn't water everywhere. God, I'm winding myself. But, so, you know, the lady asked her older son to go with the little girl while she shops with her mother or some shit like that, you know? And I was literally an aisle over when I heard that little girl knock the nearly full fucking bucket of disgusting water from the roof onto the floor, again, because her older brother or cousin or whatever wasn't paying attention to what she was fucking doing. And then I overheard this lady, before they went and checked out and left, I heard her fucking say, well, it's not her fault, they shouldn't have buckets set up like that. Well, then how the fuck are we supposed to? If they gave us hoses and bladders that were actually long enough to reach the fucking floor, we wouldn't have had to worry about that. But it was like that for like 6 months, maybe longer, and nobody else ever fucking spilled it. Maybe if you actually watched your fucking kid. Think about that? Of course not. The registers that we had were kind of shitty too. I mean, they weren't the worst. I've definitely seen stores today that still have like even more outdated technology, but they were still pretty shitty. I mean, whenever people made a purchase, we had to ask for their zip code for each transaction. I don't fucking understand why. I was to like track where people are coming from to like go to that store or some shit like that, you know? But it was just stupid. And there have been a number of times where the machine just like skipped ahead of that. So when I go to put in the zip code, instead of actually entering as a zip code, it enters as a cash payment. So you have to fucking do like a post void so that it didn't say there was, you know, less money in it than there actually was, or more money in it than there actually was, you know. It was just really annoying, and the amount of times it skipped forward and just fucked it up for people really should have been fixed. There are also just plenty of times that the screens would freeze, people would like take their card out too early, which is a common issue, but they take their card out too early, like too often. It often caused the machine to essentially crash. Just so fucking cheap. It's like corporate just wanted to make shit more tedious. They always wanted to make shit more tedious because they removed a method of searching for merchandise from the registers. For a long time, we were able to like scan a barcode and see like what other stores had it, right? Not anymore. At some point, they just kind of got rid of that, so you had to actually like call the store individually to see if they had a certain item, rather than just doing a fucking 5-second search on the register. Just made shit more tedious and more annoying. Alright, we're getting into the nitty fucking gritty because we're to the section where I'm gonna bitch about my old manager. And just like the other two videos, I have a lot of material on him. Let's go! Okay, he was a creepy motherfucker. I remember one morning we were working together and the topic of tattoos came up. I don't remember how, but we were just talking about, oh, like, what would you get? Where would you want to get it? He asked me where I'd want to get one. I said, oh, you know, maybe my arm or my chest most likely, depending on the size of it and all that shit. And he weirdly asked me if I have chest hair. I mean, not too weird a question, but still kind of oddly personal to ask somebody who is A, like, 30 years younger than you, and B, your worker, your employee. It's kind of weird to ask, but I didn't immediately answer. So he just like grabs my collar and fucking like pulls it and looks down. Like, why? Why do you feel the need to do that? That's kind of fucking weird. And he was really handsy. Not necessarily in that like he would grab asses or like anything weird like that, but it was just like strangely touchy. I didn't like it. There were times he'd like, you know, just tell me something about like, okay, you know, arranging furniture, and he would just like put his hand on my chest and shit. It's like, do you really need to? Do you need to touch me? It's gonna sound kind of stereotypical, but he would always say how he was like Italian, he had an Italian family. I don't know if Italian families are just really handsy with each other or not. I honestly don't know, but still, you think he would be able to differentiate between being handsy with like his brother and being handsy with his employee. It was just weird. He would even say weird shit like, you know, okay, we had a couple of days where it was like pretty slow, maybe no more than like 15, 20 customers in the whole store all day. He was saying some shit like, oh, we should send you out in a Speedo twirling a sign to draw up business. It's like, you're weird. Do you have some like weird sexual attraction to me that I should know about? Do you have like some weird fucking fetish? Or you want to be like my unofficial sugar daddy or something, you fucking creep? Just get away. Dude, I'm so glad I don't deal with this guy anymore. I mentioned in one of the other videos I did on this that he had some bullshit sense of like self-importance, right? So, okay, he told me one day that he wanted me to come in early on a certain day because he had to go to another store for something. Nothing out of the ordinary there. I know most retail stores have shit like that happen, right? I said, okay, I'll see what I can do because I had schoolwork, and at the time, I was my then girlfriend's ride to and from work for the most part, the majority of the time they had work, right? And when I say that, you know, I just look, well, look, if my girlfriend has work, I need to be her ride, right? And he just goes, that has nothing to do with me. It's not my concern. You're my assistant. Start acting like it. It's like, fuck you. For one, I am not your assistant. I am the assistant manager. I don't fucking bring you coffee. I don't fucking take your phone calls. I don't fucking do bullshit that assistants do. I am your assistant fucking manager, not your assistant. Plus, it's just like, he was divorced, right? He had like shared custody of one of his daughters with his wife or some shit, right? And he saw her like every weekend. So it's like, by that logic, okay, why should I give a shit when you have to leave on the weekends to pick up your daughter? Has nothing to do with me. Why should I bother coming in on Saturdays if it has nothing to do with me? Why should I cover for you? Fucking. But, you know, I wasn't able to say that because I know if I did, he would have fucking held it over my head for the rest of the time that I worked there. Because, you know, he was a manipulative asshole. Okay. Once we were in the liquidation stage of things, there was one day that I came in like 3 hours earlier than I was supposed to because the guy who was on the morning shift didn't come in. He called like 20 minutes after I got there, said he slept in, and he came in about like an hour after I did, you know, because he just had to shower and shit like that. understandable. But rather than letting me leave when he was supposed to come in and having him stay until I was supposed to, he just has both of us stay. Which, I mean, okay, extra hours for me, cool, I'll take it. But like, I should have gotten to leave if I came 3 hours early for the fucking guy it's just stupid. I came in 3 fucking hours early, and then, within an hour, the guy who was supposed to come in came in. Why couldn't I have just left early? I don't fucking get it. But no, he had both of us stay until close. He would fucking get, like, mad if I didn't tell him explicitly that I was on vacation from school, like spring break or fucking Thanksgiving week, whatever. One day I came in, I was scheduled to come in at like 1 o'clock. I came in at 1. I came in when I was scheduled. And then he bitches because I didn't fucking come in 2 hours early to help with truck. Like, why didn't you tell me you were on vacation? It's like, okay, yeah, maybe I should have, but I know you would have taken full advantage of that and had me come in like plenty of days that you were supposed to and just fuck me over, right? Fuck me for wanting to actually enjoy at least a small percentage of my vacation, right? I mean, I already have a bunch of fucking schoolwork to do during, and I still have to come here. Let me at least have that extra 2 hours of my fucking day, man. I've covered his hiring history before, but I still have to, because there are some things that I left out. Fucking, he hired some good people, no doubt, but he also hired some people that were absolute fucking shit. There was one kid that he hired. He did jack fucking shit. I worked with him one day. He just sat at the register watching like fucking League of Legends or some shit. I even told him like, hey, dude, look, I'm not too upset about this. I don't really care all that much what you do when like we're dead and whatnot, but there's people in here and there's shit that needs to be done. So can you maybe do these 2 or 3 tasks? Like, okay, I needed him to like organize the fucking area rugs, fix clearance a little bit, and then like straighten up the fucking bedding or something. I don't know, just some mundane bullshit like that wouldn't have taken him more than like a half hour, depending on how bad each aisle looked, right? And then I go around and look, he didn't fucking touch any of them. God damn it. And he had no way of knowing this, admittedly, so it's not really his fault. But if you have to go to the bathroom, it's like you're supposed to call the other person up to be like, hey, I have to go to the bathroom. Can you just watch register and then I'll be right back, right? I was already in the bathroom, and then the second I'm about to leave, he walks in. It's like, okay, again, you didn't know this, but you're not supposed to leave the place unattended. And I normally wouldn't give a shit, but, I was the one who was in fucking charge, so if anything happened, I would have had to fucking hear it. Who else did he hire that was pretty fucking terrible? Oh, he hired one woman, and she wasn't that bad of a lady. She was a hardworking woman. She worked 3 other jobs on top of this, which definitely fucking sucks. You should not have to work 3 or 4 jobs to support yourself and your family, but it affected how she worked at Tuesday morning. She was like always fucking like sleep deprived. Not like a college kid is sleep deprived, like sleep fucking deprived. And like, she initially didn't want to do register when she got hired. She only wanted to come on and help for like truck and other like big shipment shit, like when we got the big candy shipments in, But she kind of had to fucking learn. Because fucking, if it's literally just me or just someone else, they're not always going to be able to cover register. You're going to need to know how to do it. And just like with that high school girl that I mentioned in one of the prior videos that he hired, she kept fucking up the drawers. I swear, I closed with her like 3 or 4 times, and each time the register was short minimum $5. I saw it was short like $25 once. It's like, how? I understand you're sleep deprived, so you might not be counting right, or shit might be sticking and you're not noticing. But still, if every fucking time I close with you, the register is way fucking shorter than it should. I mean, it shouldn't be short at all, but that's like drastic. 20 or $30 short is drastic. 2 or 3, understandable. But goddamn, man. I don't know. And then the first Christmas that I worked there, he hired this older guy. And he was an okay guy, but he legitimately never did register. Fucking ever. He came in as truck help, which makes sense. But then he would get scheduled on days where, like, there was no truck, or that we already had the truck done, so it's like, he was literally just here to hang out and, like, fix shelves and shit. I mean, cool, he's getting paid, I'm not against that, but just, if he doesn't really need to be here. He was hired just to help with, like, truck. but we only have truck once a week. And we already got our giant candy shipment. That's out of the way. So why was he even fucking still here? He was a seasonal guy, so he wasn't here that long. He was there like a month or two, so it wasn't that bad. But it's still just some of the people that he hired and like the accommodations he gave didn't make too much sense. Oh, and then fucking not to mention, he would like hire people, he would start them on truck days and give them really little to no fucking warning or training. I didn't start on truck day, luckily, but I know at least 2 or 3 other people that I worked with before did. And it's like, why? At least show them how to do this shit, man. Don't just throw them in and be like, okay, yeah, take this car and put it on the fucking floor. Tell them what they need to do. Dude, it's just the other key holder that was there who was hired like a year before me. Her first day was truck day, and then she also got stuck on register with no fucking training. And he was like, "Oh, well, you worked at this grocery store or something. You should know how to work a register." It's like each system is different. There's general similarities, yes, but generally speaking, there are distinctions that need to be taken into account. Each system is different. But he didn't understand that because he was a fucking idiot. Dude, if memory serves, he would leave like an hour or two after they started plenty of times, and I or the other key holder would just be stuck with him. So it's like, dude, you don't even do your fucking job, man. He would complain if people didn't know something despite not showing them how to do this shit in the first place. There was one girl who worked there. I think she had worked there like about a year or so, but she never had to do a check somehow. I think it's because she only worked like 2 days a week, but still. Fucking, one day he was with her, and she was asking like, hey, I need help to do a check, but he was like busy doing something on the computer in the back or some shit, so he comes up like, you really don't know how to process a check? It's like, no, because you didn't fucking show her. I'm sure you didn't fucking show her, because you barely fucking train anybody. He would either teach you nothing, or he would try to explain something to you that you already fucking knew. It's stupid. Like, no, one of my close friends actually worked there for a couple of weeks. He picked up quick on truck. It wasn't bad, but the manager never even bothered to give him a really quick rundown of how we do truck before his first time doing it. I just kind of helped him go along with it. He, like I said, he picked it up quick, but fucking still, it's just the fact that the actual store manager didn't show him what to do or even give him the briefest little rundown on how our truck works. And like I said, he would either show you nothing or try to tell you something, how to do something that you already knew how to do. Like, what was it? There was one day, fucking, he was saying, if you go onto this and you do the search, it's like, I know how to do it. Go do what you need to fucking do. Let me do this. I know how to do it already. Don't talk to me like I'm fucking stupid. And that's just this guy's thing. He would talk down to so many other people that worked for him just because he was older and had some bullshit sense of self-importance and fucking superiority that he would definitely deny. I'm sure if he would fucking deny it today. He denied it then, he denied today because he is a piece of shit. And I've said it before, but I'll say it again. I am so fucking glad I never have to work with this guy again, or even be around him in any capacity. I briefly saw him doing Christmas shopping one day recently at a store that we both frequented before. Oh, dude, the second I realized it was him, I just turned the fuck around, went to the register, and left. I didn't look around anymore. I bought what I had in my hands, and that was it. Because I didn't even want to just do a quick, hey, how you doing with this guy? Because he's worst person I've ever fucking worked for, man. Of the jobs that I've had, he is the only one where the manager I can really say I fucking hated. So there we fucking go. 3 whole videos on my experience working at Tuesday Morning. Again, the fact that I'm able to make 3 videos collectively over an hour of fucking content saying how bad working at this place was, I think that's a sign that it's not a good place to work for. And I've said it before, just because I had a shitty experience working there doesn't mean somebody at another store did. But again, you ask any of my coworkers, they'll say that place kind of fucking sucked. That's it. That is the end of the Tuesday Morning experience. Damn, man. I think I'm gonna make a few more Retail Chronicles videos, because why not? I worked at in fast food for 3 years. I worked at Toys R Us as a seasonal employee for a month. I'm not gonna have probably nearly as, like, fucked up or bad of stories about those, but hey, still, it's kind of interesting to look at just, like, your old past work experience and reflect on the shitty, and if there were any, the good, you know? So, fuck it. You know, I like doing these. They're nice and casual. It's a nice way to break up the academic stuff because, you know, my last, like, 3 uploads have been my Soviet series, my misconceptions of the Soviet Union. So, hey, why not bitch about my old jobs now and again, you know? So, if you would like to support me and the channel, you like hearing me bitch about my old jobs, or you like the other videos that I do, maybe consider donating to my Buy Me a Coffee page. You can do a one-time donation for as low as $1, or there is a $5 a month membership, which comes with perks like having your name listed at the end of every new video that I upload as a thank you, being sent an exclusive list of recommended readings, and I keep saying this, I need to figure it out. I want to do a third perk, but I still don't know like what to implement as the third perk. So if anybody has any suggestions, you know, just let me know, and I'm sure I could try to work something out that would, you know, benefit everybody who contributes to that level and myself. Just something cool for all of us to, you know, have as an option, you know? All right, so that is about it. I'm sure my next video will be another installment of my Soviet misconception series, unless I think of something else cool that I want to upload in the meantime. That is about it. Be sure, if you have the means to and would like to support me on Buy Me a Coffee. That's about it. My name is Jimmy. Thank you for watching.